your division rival, the Packers. Describe the feeling. This is the first win since 1941 over the Packers in the playoffs for the Bears.
Yeah, man. All glory to God, first off. Been praying on this, and to see it, come to fruition is very, very cool. But super proud of my teammates, coaching staff, owners, GM, everyone top down for believing and staying resilient. And, the halftime speech was, come on, man. Ben actually showed us Atlanta, New England, first day of camp, the comeback. And he said, hey, we can do this. Came out here and did it, man. It's just all glory to God. So proud of everyone what they did, man.
You never lost belief. 8 receptions for 137 yards in your first ever playoff game. How were you able to have that kind of production today?
Yeah, I mean, that's just shout out Caleb for finding me. I would have liked a touchdown on there too, maybe, but no. But, yeah, just shout out to the O-line blocking, Caleb delivering, all the receivers, everyone being in the right spot. But like I said, all glory to God.
To do this at home, just describe what this environment was like tonight.
Yeah, the crowd was rocking. Fans definitely showed out. They got a lot of pride, you can tell that. Need them to keep showing out, though. We got a long ways to go.
On to the divisional round. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Melanie Collins with Colston Loveland after his performance here in his first playoff game. Comported himself nicely, one could say. Packers-Bears in playoff history, 41, 2010, and here in 2025. Only 3 times before, despite having played 213 times now in the history of the game's oldest rivalry. Only 3 times in the playoffs, and man, you show me one better than this, and I'll sit and watch. Back in studio with the fellas, and one franchise always measures themselves against the other. And in the most recent history, and for a good piece of history, it's been the Bears trying to measure themselves against the Green Bay Packers. 3 of the last 4 matchups have gone the way of the Windy City. We now explore what happens next in Green Bay, because coming into this week, Jonathan Jones, a lot of talk about the job security of Matt LaFleur. Before we can answer any other questions of how you get up the mat off of this one, after this one, we have to take a look at the viability of the head coach moving forward after a loss like this.
Okay, so going into this game, Matt LaFleur had 1 year left on his contract. Ed Policy is the new president CEO of the Green Bay Packers. We know that they are publicly owned. They don't have an owner. He operates as the de facto owner of the team. He came out at the beginning of the season and said, I don't really like when guys go in as lame ducks. So the options were either fire Matt LaFleur or trade him at the end of the season or extend him. So those were the options facing the Green Bay Packers. And talking with folks around the league, most of the people, in fact, I would say the large majority, said it would be crazy if the Green Bay Packers parted ways with Matt LaFleur. I personally do believe that it would be wild to see that. But we have seen wild things in the NFL, certainly at the coaching position. And after you lose a game like this, with a collapse in the second half in Chicago against your division rival, your hated rival, whatever you may have thought about whatever contract you may want to give that head coach, what you thought you were going to do before the game, it might be different tomorrow when you wake up. It certainly feels differently right now, you have to believe.
Those on the other side, they say perpetual 7 seed, sort of underperforming, haven't won a division title with the star quarterback just yet. I only offer the star quarterback because it's not a 1-to-1 Mac to the Harbaugh situation, but that felt reactionary after that loss. But quarterback and head coach not on the same page there, it seemed, in Baltimore. Quarterback and head coach in lockstep here in Green Bay, and it feels like this season a 9-win floor, but a 10-win floor that Matt LaFleur has established there in Green Bay. What would an expulsion accomplish?
Nothing, in my opinion. To your point, this is a different scenario compared to what we just witnessed in Baltimore because of the disconnect with the head coach and the quarterback. The on-the-field production with Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love has been outstanding. Heck, the on-the-field production in the small sample size that we've seen with Malik Willis has been phenomenal, right? So,
that's right.
So we have to take that into consideration.
A great coach.
With the overall body of work from Matt LaFleur. The way how it ended tonight was a horror story. And to your point, it's hard to go into those negotiations when you lose in the fashion in which you lost. It would be one thing to lose and you never really stood a chance. But you had this game for almost 4 full quarters, and you lost. So emotions are always high. And I think for us as players, Ben used to tell us all the time, anytime we play in a very, very emotional filled game, before you address the media, get some isolation to kind of decompress a little bit. I think for Green Bay Packers and their operating CEO, isolate yourself a little bit. Decompress before you have those discussions. Because if you have those discussions anytime soon, this game is right here in front of your mind.
But soon is the timeline if you are even entertaining getting rid of this
and
coach.
what I mean when I say soon, I mean as in Sunday, Monday.
Yeah. But here's the thing is, you're right. They do have to have these conversations soon. And what I can tell you is if Matt LaFleur is not the head coach of the Green Bay Packers in 2026, he will be the head coach of another NFL franchise.
Oh, just that fast.
And it could be the Atlanta Falcons, where he used to coach.
Yeah.
It could be the Tennessee Titans, where Chad Brinker, the president of football operations, used to be with the Green Bay Packers and cut his teeth there. It could be with the Miami Dolphins, where their new general manager, John Eric Sullivan, just came from the Green Bay Packers after more than 20 years. It could be the New York Giants. It could be any of these teams.
He is supply and there is demand.
That is absolutely correct. And you could also trade him if you actually want to get rid of him in Green Bay. And because what does Green Bay not have?
First round is because Micah Parsons.
So you could, if you know you're going to get rid of your coach,
you trade him.
You can trade him
because they still own his rights because of the 1 year that's left. So they have the ball is in their court.
Ben, what does this team need outside of, in my eyes, retaining the head coach, moving forward with the core that they have, a star running back who's got plenty of tread left, a quarterback who delivered in every way you could ask him to, some of the throws he made on Saturday night, a head coach who sees it, who puts his players in the best position to succeed, a defensive coordinator that likely could be a head coach somewhere else, and an edge rusher in Micah Parsons. Where is the need for Green Bay to take you to the next level, to ensure you're not just a 7 seed again?
Yeah, I think for the Packers, the eggs in their basket in the offseason going into next year needs to be on the defensive side of the ball. This was a team that came into the month of December 9-3. All they did to finish the year was drop 5 in a row. And the teams that play the best ball December, January are the teams that go on and have a chance to do everything they want to do. So bird's eye view 2020 of this thing, Jordan Love threw for 320 yards, 4 touchdowns, and didn't turn the ball over. So I understand someone's got to be held accountable for this, head coach, whoever it is, defensive coordinator. But at the end of the day, I think defense wins championships. Micah Parsons, your best player on that side of the ball. You don't know the timeline of when he's going to be available next year. So
you're hoping he's back week 1.
Exactly. I'm sure he's going to attack that recovery period like nobody's business and do everything he can to be back out there week 1. But I think we saw it firsthand tonight. 25 points for the Bears team in the fourth quarter. I don't know how it's not on the defensive side of the ball.
Mac, I know, or thankfully, you haven't been on the tail end of something like this in your career. Seasons have ended in heartbreaking ways, but this is
in the playoffs.
This is unfathomable. What is the next 48 hours and then further the next 4 months like for the Green Bay Packers with this taste in your mouth?
It's hard. It's hard. Losing in the playoffs is one thing. Losing in this fashion is another. But losing in this fashion to a divisional foe who you hate. In the last 2 meetings, they beat you. They found a way to beat you. It is hard. Heck, it's hard for the fans. The Green Bay Packer fans, this taste will be in their mouth the entire offseason. Losing a game like this, if you're a Green Bay Packer fan and you're a fan of football, it would make you not want to watch football the rest of the playoff stretch.
Yeah, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to watch football. So for Green Bay, this is going to be a very, very difficult offseason. To JJ's point, you acquired Michael Parsons, but you don't have the same draft capital as that you once had before.
And your hated rival, the team that you hate, that just beat you, it has to feel like they're passing you.
Facts.
It has to feel that way, right? Because now Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have the same amount of playoff victories as Jordan Love.
And before this playoff win, remember I highlighted that Caleb has won the NFC North before Jordan Love.
Titles.
So now you add that into that little messy pot that you're creating now, just being petty. Right? So to your point, it's not like it seems like Chicago has passed. They've passed them.
I just want to point out to our viewers, they're the ones saying it.
They passed them.
Yeah.
But it's our job to be real here. This reality
Absolutely.
TV, right? We got to be real.
Absolutely.
We got to stand on what we're saying. The eye test for what Caleb has done in 2 years, he has already surpassed what Green Bay has done with Jordan Love in 1 year with Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
And they're not looking back anytime soon. They will continue to get better because their star quarterback is what? He's not getting $55+ million right now. He's on a rookie deal.
He's 2 years away from it.
He's 2 years away, so they got money to play with to add quality players to that said organization. And if you're a quality free agent, who wouldn't want to play for Ben Johnson?
Yeah.
Especially on the offensive side, right? Who wouldn't want to play for that story-filled organization? So to your point, the North has been taken. Yep. And we haven't mentioned the Detroit Lions, because at once upon a time they had a short hold on that division as well.
Getting this rivalry turned around, it's like turning a 16-wheeler. It takes some time. It does feel like the Bears have this thing heading back down south on 94. The Windy City, a winner tonight. Questions for Green Bay moving forward. All right, a look here at the offensive production.
I can't
First
believe
three
it.
drives could not be stopped.
I don't know how this is great. I don't know.
Bears fans drowning in their tears.
You got to do a case study.
Love,
Gotta
9
figure it
of
out.
12, moving the ball at will.
Wow.
The rest of the game, Dennis Allen's defense stands up. Jordan Love falls short once again. Plenty